Starting the recording now. It's not going to record anybody's images. I have it so it just records my image and my presentation. But feel free to use the chat tool to let us know about yourself and if you've used Studio. And I see Sankar is new to Studio. There's Lisa from Communication Studies, and she's pretty new as well. The cool thing with Studio also is that you are able to embed quizzes within a video, and it allows for in-video comments so that you could actually engage the students more within the video itself. And like I said, we are sharing a pool of about, I think, 17 terabytes with the entire university. So just keep in mind, we're all using this to keep the video short, 5 to 10 minutes if possible, 20 minutes max if you can. And I am going to now share my screen with everybody. I just want to make sure I've got everybody listed here. Let's see. And I think I've got everybody so far, so we are good to go. I'm going to share my screen. Is everybody able to see my screen? Let's see. Oh, Angela's with us from Popular Culture. Thank you, Angela. Yes, I hope everybody's able to see my screen. If you have any issues of, sometimes there's a delay when we're running WebEx, and I really am stressing my system out by using WebEx and the video tool in Canvas. So please let me know if at any time there's a big delay and you need me to slow down, or if you need to have me repeat something, I would be happy to do that. And I'm going to try to monitor the chat as well while we're going through this. So right now I am in Canvas. I'm logged into Canvas. I hope everybody can see my screen. In the left menu, we have the global menu for Canvas. You're going to notice if you scroll down the menu options here, you have Studio in this global area. If you want to build a quiz within your video, you have to use this global area to do that. You cannot do that within the course. You also have access to Studio through your course, so you can do recordings in the course area at the course level. But if you want to make the quiz, you have to go to that global area. The videos within the course that you record will appear in the global area later on. So I'm first going to go into this global area and just go over a few of the functions within here. So once I click on that, I have a library that I have created videos from screen capture. I have also uploaded videos in this area. The nice thing, if you have been using Camtasia, you can easily upload videos that are MP4 files. So from Camtasia or any kind of MP4 you may have recorded of yourself. You can add those videos. Over on the right, there's an add video button. And there are multiple video styles and types that it does accept besides MP4. If I get a chance here, I'll see if I can pull up that list. But right now, if you do the add, you can browse for files on your computer. And you can also add links from YouTube. With YouTube, YouTube has its own closed captioning system. And so you can't add captions in Studio if you upload a video from YouTube. But if you upload a video, let's say from Camtasia or from some other software that you're using, you can add automatic captions, and it's 85% accurate within Studio. So it's a really nice feature. We haven't had anything with at BGSU that we could easily do that besides YouTube. So I think you'll find this function easy to use. And if you do need to edit it for your students, like if you have a student with a disability or accessibility issues, you can easily go in and edit the text for if there's anything incorrect and change anything that may have been misinterpreted. So that is something that is nice about Studio as well. So you simply can drag and drop your videos within this area or browse files and locate a video from your computer. As you can see, I'm going to select this MP4 and just click open. And then it is beginning. I'm moving some WebEx around. I uploaded the captioning videos tutorial that I have on my computer, and it's uploading it into Canvas now. So The other area that I'm going to show you is this record button here on the left of the add button. And there's also a search button. So if you start to have a lot of videos in this area, you can search and it will search by tags. So you could put topics of the video in a tag area, or it will look for the title as well. Also, let me see. I see Vinu asked a question. With the limit, 17 terabytes for everybody together, recordings probably get deleted after some time. No, they do. Right now, we don't have any issues with that 17 terabytes. That may be several years down the road where we even have to worry about that. So what I would recommend is go ahead, record your videos. You can also download your video hard copies. So once you create a video in Studio, I would highly recommend downloading an MP4 file from Studio, saving that video onto an external drive or onto your computer so that you have the hard copy. That way, if anything did happen with storage, you do have a copy. But I don't think we have anything to worry about for several years, as long as we are, using it for the correct purposes, not recording 2-hour lectures. Because if everybody did that, we would use that space quickly. But yes, great question, Binu. All right. So I am going to click on the record button, and I have a couple options here. I have a screen capture option and webcam capture. You can do both webcam and screen capture from just hitting the screen capture function. And once I click that, you're going to be prompted, if this is your first time using Studio, to download the recorder for Studio. If you have any issues with downloading the recorder, such as an external software, you will be able to contact ITS and they will help you get that software downloaded. On my Mac, I was able to download it without much of a problem. And then it allows you this record tool to be able to use that. So what you can do is you can do a screen capture of anything on your computer screen, software programs, websites, PowerPoints, and you can also just record a webcam. So if you just want to introduce yourself for a nice little introduction video for your course, you can easily do that with the webcam function, or you can use both. And what it'll do is record the screen. And in the bottom right of my screen, you can see this kind of translucent video. It is a picture-in-picture video that it will record of you while you're doing your presentation, which is really nice. You can adjust the size of your screen. I usually record in full screen, and that is high resolution. If your audience is going to be mainly using cell phones or little devices, 480p is good enough for recording that. If you think they're going to be using more like laptops, bigger screens, you'll want to record in 720p or full screen. So if you click on 720p, what it'll do is it'll put this dotted line around the edges to show you what part of the screen it's going to record. You can actually bring that in if you want to focus on one area of your screen. You can move it around your screen. I'm going to go ahead and change this back to full screen for mine, and the dotted line will go to the edges and you won't be able to see that as well. But I'm going to record in full screen for this session today. There's also a narration area where you can see it's reading my voice. It makes sure the green bars flash when you talk so it knows that you're recording your voice. You also have an option with this arrow to the right that you can select microphones that are on your computer. I'm using my MacBook Pro microphone right now. If I use my external, actually, I wonder if I go to external, testing 1, 2, I guess it's about the same. So it looks like it's reading me fine here. Preferences. It's just basic preferences. You can go through this on your own. I'm leaving all of mine to the default that Studio came with, but you can change shortcuts and such on here. So I'm just going to click OK. The other options I have the record button. So when I'm ready to record, I can hit that and get a countdown. There is a pencil icon. I'm just going to turn it on for 1 second. My WebEx toolbar at the top is covering this menu when it pops up, but I just want to bring it up and show you, you can annotate live while you're speaking. So you have draw and zoom tools in here, and you can change colors and that kind of thing. So you could annotate while you're doing your presentation. I'm going to turn that off for now just because I can't do both with WebEx. And then I also have the delete button, which looks like a little trash can icon. And when I'm done recording, I'm just going to click done. So I'm just going to record a quick tutorial. Actually, let me bring up a PowerPoint here too, so you can see. You could have a screen of like Canvas up, and then you could bring a PowerPoint up, during the same video. So I'm just going to open this microlearning video PowerPoint I've had created from a previous presentation. And so here it is. When I'm ready to present, I can hit the record button. I'm doing a countdown, and I'll make my screen large for my PowerPoint here. Let's see. Did I hit the record here? Here we go. It gets a 3, 2, 1 countdown. And then I'm going to make my PowerPoint large. And then I can start my presentation, my lecture for my students. Welcome to Creating Engaging Microlearning Videos workshop, do a little introduction. And then when I'm done with that, I can actually hit pause if I want, and minimize the screen and then go to my Canvas shell. And once I hit record again, it's going to pick up where I left off at 14 seconds. And so it's going to give me another countdown, and I'm going to record talking about something in Canvas that may have related to that presentation. And when I'm done, I hit the pause button in the bottom left corner again. So now I have 21 seconds of video that I recorded. Then when I'm done, I'm just clicking this done icon. And this brings us into an editor tool. And so I need to move a couple WebEx windows around here. So I apologize for having to move. So over here on the right, I am going to give this a title. So this will be a studio workshop 4. And then I could put a description in there if I'd like. If I want to do any editing, I'm going to hit this edit button right at the bottom of the pop-up window. I can redo the recording, and I can also cancel and start completely over. I'm just going to click the edit button here, and this brings us into an editor tool. In the middle of the screen is the main video, and then at the bottom you'll see a timeline, and that has the audio track on it. So you'll see a waveform of the audio. You can see where there's a waveform, that's me speaking, and then if there's a space where there's no waveform, that means there's silence in there. Over on the right, we have a narration checkbox, which we can turn off our audio and re-record it in this area if we'd like, or we can leave that on. We can add music, and that what it will do is just search for music off of your computer. So if you had something you wanted to add into Studio, you could do it from this area. There's also a cursor icon. So if you can see, there's a yellow circle around my cursor here. That will follow my cursor around the screen. So if I was demonstrating something on a website, it would follow around, and the students could easily follow as well. If you want to turn your cursor off, if it's just a PowerPoint presentation, you can easily just check that box right here, and that cursor will go away along with that circle. Also, I had recorded a webcam video with me, and that's a picture in the bottom right corner. I can turn that off if I decide I don't want to use it. Or I can leave it on. I can also click within the main video area, and I can scale that if I wanted to make it larger. I can move it around the screen if I want it in a different location. It's just simply clicking on it and moving it. You can resize it from the pop-up window after you click on it. You can crop it if you want to make it just smaller. And you have different styling options over here as well. Now I'm just going to click OK for this. Down here at the bottom, this is where we can do our editing. And there's a timeline marker. It's a white line in the bottom left corner of this audio track. I have tools, and on the tools menu right now, it's on cut. So this is how I could edit. So there was a space where I was minimizing my PowerPoint, and then I was bringing up my website that I wanted to demonstrate. So I can simply grab this timeline marker and move it through the video and try to find that spot where I had like a transition that I want to edit out. So let's see here. There's the PowerPoint. I'm going to click into the timeline a little further and see. Maybe it's where this line is. Maybe it's trying to estimate where I had that, I think, the cut from when I was editing. So I can actually move this timeline marker to where it's still a large video. I can listen to the track, which I'm not going to do now because you won't be able to hear my audio with my microphone plugged in. But I can see this is where the PowerPoint ends. And then I can add this cut tool. So once I click that, I can actually cut out the part where I'm minimizing the PowerPoint and then bringing up the website by clicking cut. It turns the timeline marker red. And then I can simply click on that red line, and I'm dragging through my timeline, and I'm going to locate where that website appears, because where the website appears is going to be where I want it to begin. So about here. So now I'm going to cut out the audio track and the video together by clicking OK. And you can tell you made an edit in your video by the dotted line that appears. See that dotted line? Also, if you want to undo what you did, there's an undo button in the top left corner. It's like an arrow, a curved arrow. You can undo the cut there, or if you want to redo it once you are playing around with it, you can also redo it. This will become visible. I see there's a question. Can you use this feature to edit videos that were not created in Studio but upload? Yes. You can do it. It's a little tricky. So the only way I found out that I could get to videos to re-edit them, typically when you record a new video, you come to the screen. You can't get to the screen without recording a video, but I noticed if we're in this area, I can go back to recordings in the top left, and that's where I can find the uploaded videos. So you almost have to record just something a little bit to have the screen pop up to get to that. I have not found an easier way to do that, but the videos are all in this back to recordings area. And so I can see in here, I have recordings from other times. Let's see, I wonder if, I think, oh, let's see. I don't know, I'm only seeing 5. Maybe this is not bringing in the videos I imported. Let's see. I will have to look into that a little further, Laura. I'm not sure. I'm not seeing any of the videos that I had imported, unless these are folders. Let me click on that. That's taking me back to that video I was working on. So yeah, in this back to recordings button, I found a video I had uploaded a while back, but I'll have to look into that a little deeper. I thought that might be a way we could do it. But thank you for the question. Okay, and so I'm going to go back into the edit tool here. I have also other tools I can use in editing. So if I click on tools, I also have the cut. I can copy. I have a hide tool where I can hide the cursor and webcam, kind of like what's on the right here in this menu on the right. There's an insert, so I can insert new recordings in here. There's a narrate, so if I wanted to turn off this narration that's on my video, I could re-record my audio. Overlays, you can add images and arrows and outlines. The replace video button, so you can replace chunks of video. You can speed your video up and down, and you also have transitions. So if you're making cuts within your video, you can add nice transitions, and a volume button. So you feel free to play around with that on your own time. Oh, I see Sanka asked such a question here. I guess in Camtasia also we can do such edits, right? Yes. Camtasia is actually a more robust editing tool than Studio is. So Studio, the reason, one of the other reasons we got this installed is because it seems that some instructors find that they just want to record something quickly and get it up in Canvas. And this way, they don't have to edit in a robust editing program, learn how to edit there in Camtasia and export the video out, and then find out where are they going to put that video. They put it in Canvas, or are they going to put it on YouTube? With Studio, everything's integrated, easy. You can record really quick. It's already in Canvas and ready to go. So yes, thank you for that. We just went over the tools on the timeline here. So you have many options there. And when you're done, we'll just go to the right and click done. And then we click upload. And this is going to upload into my library. Whether I recorded this in my course or in the general navigation over here on the left, it's going to end up in that general area. So no worries about making sure everything's in the right location. And then continue. And so right here, it's bringing the video in. So I have here the captioning video I just uploaded. And that's why I didn't see this video in that my recordings area, that I wasn't sure that I could edit. But I can add quizzes into this video still, and I could add captioning into this video. So I'm going to go and show you some options here that we have access to within the video. And then later I'm going to show you how to create a quiz and all of that. Oops. So now I just clicked in the video. And so we are in the video right now. We have the details button, which gives us the edit details. You can name your video. If you just want to call it captioning videos, you can change that name. You can add tags, anything that would help. So like if this is studio, I can add the studio tag in there. Then you put your description in if you want a description and save. Also, comments. You can have comments happening while the video is playing. So if I was watching this video and at marker 28 seconds, I wanted to talk about something, I can just click within this comment area and say, having accessibility within videos is important. And so you can make comments right into the video and it will mark what part of the video that comment was made at. And so you can see here, it says comment at 28 seconds. Once I click this button on the right, it's a blue button that says comment, it's going to post my comment. So that means I can, as an instructor, make comments in the video that are like maybe talking topics, and then the students can add responses to that. There's only one level of responses within the comment area, so it's not like a discussion board. If you want a true discussion of this topic, which is in the video, I would suggest putting the video within the content editor of a discussion board and then having the students comment within the discussion board about anything that you want them to dive deeper in. But if you want to have just points that you're pointing out, additional resources, you can put that in here. So within the video that I'm typing right now, I am in this general studio area, the global navigation area. I can put comments in that will stay there forever as an instructor. So if I put them in, like I'm building right now, those will be in there no matter what course I put this video into. If the students comment and they're within the course, those comments will go away the next time you import this video into a course. So it's within the course itself. Any comments made within the course will not go from course to course, semester to semester. But anything you put into the video from the global menu will stay in there. I hope that makes sense. That way that you could keep the same topics that you want the students to talk about from semester to semester. And then you don't have to re-edit them every time, or you can just build them in the course and they'll just go away after the next semester. Are there any questions so far? Feel free to ask in the chat, or you could unmute your mic if you feel like that was the best way to communicate. So I am going to go actually show you something.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Can I ask a question?
Oh, absolutely.
So when we want the students to access the video.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, my dogs just started barking. Where is my mute button? Okay, go ahead, Fernanda.
So when we want the students to watch the video, then do we add a link in Canvas, or do we direct them to Studio? How do we have them access the video?
Yes, so you're going to put the video in Canvas. I'm going to show you how you can put the video within the course through a module, through an assignment. You can actually put a quiz within the video itself and have it connect to the speed grader in the gradebook so that the grades go directly into the gradebook, but it has to be created as an assignment. And you also have the option of putting in discussion boards. Anything with a content editor, you can put the video in. So announcements, emails. So I see there's another question here. When we save our videos in the global area of Canvas Studio, are they viewable, accessible by anyone who's part of the global community or just you? It will be just you. You have the ability to share the video, but the person actually has to have logged into Studio at least once, and they have to be within the course. So it's a little tricky with sharing with people. So if you want to add like a colleague into your course, you could always put them in as maybe a TA. Don't put them in as a teacher, because that will affect your evaluations and their evaluations at the end of the semester. But if you put them in as a TA and share with them, you should be able to do that. And what I'll do too is I'm going to email you all guides after this that if you want to look up, how to share, it'll be like a step-by-step guide to do that as well. So thank you for that question, Lisa. Okay, so I am going to go into this other area. I want to show you some insights, and I have to do this from a different area because we've already watched the video, and you can see where you can monitor if the students have actually watched your video, how long they've watched it, how many times they've watched it, and if they skipped around. So this is a nice feature, these analytics. I'm going to click on this video that I have in this course. And so we have that comment area still. So we see that Jonathan and a test student were commenting. So there's like, what does it mean to be a primary research article? And then Jonathan answered the student right there within the video at 7:45. You can tell where the questions or the comments are by the blue dots that appear on the video timeline. So I'm going to look at the insights now. So over here on the insights tab, that's right below the video, we see the people who are in the course. So everybody who's in the course will appear here. Right now we're looking at all viewers. We can see pretty much it looks like all viewers have watched this. But if we really want to get into like who watched the whole video, maybe who skipped around, if I click on my name, I actually watched the entire video. If I look at Jonathan, oh, he just popped in at the end. And if we look at this test student, we can see this test student started in the beginning and maybe jumped to one of these timeline markers where the comments were. So you can actually see who's watching it, how many times. It shows over here on the left how many times they watched it. So that hopefully will help. I know that was a big feature that people would ask for with Camtasia as well. And I feel like this tool will cover that. We also have captions. So when you click on the captions button here, this is where you can request automatic captions. And you would bring down this drop down and select the language that the video is spoken in. It doesn't translate language. It's just doing the video language that is spoken. So I pick English for this one, and then I would request it. And it'll take some time to generate it, but it usually is pretty accurate, I feel like. And that's something to think about too. When you're recording videos, you may want to invest in a USB microphone or a nice microphone when you're doing recording so that it captures your language really well. Then over on the right, you can also upload like CRT files and VTT files. And so those are like transcript files you could upload into the video if you want to do that. And you would just pick the language that those are in. So the nice thing about the managed captioning, doing the auto captioning or being able to upload other languages, if you're teaching a language, you can easily then speak that language and then click the language you want it to translate and also have closed captioning for that language, which is nice. And that would help hopefully reinforce the student for like visual learners who are watching not only the video, but watching the text across the screen, so that they're hearing it and they're seeing how it's written out. I think that's a really nice function. So right now it's generating those captions. I'm going to go back to my other tab where I was in, I'm going to go into another video where I might have captioning already. So I'm going to click on the My Library link at the top here. So it'll take me back to the library. And then...
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt you again.
No, that's okay. What is it?
With the captions, do we have to do it for each video, or when we select the record automatically, does that do it for all of the videos?
No, it will do it. You have to do it for each video. So you actually have to select auto caption for each video. So if I click on the studio tutorial that I did, whoops, and then oh, that one wasn't captioned either. I apologize. I thought I had the caption on that. Let's see what this one is. So if I don't have it on any of these videos, we'll have it on this other one in a minute here. So it's queuing it. We'll come back to that and look at it, see if we can edit that. So I want to be able to show you that you can edit it pretty easily. And I'm making it think really hard, it looks like. So, okay, let's see. I think it was this last one. I'm going to go in there one more time. I'm going to go into captions. Okay, still queuing. We'll come back to that one and we'll take a look at the captions, what it looks like and how you can edit it. Okay, so I am going to now go into showing everybody how they can add videos to a module, and then we'll go into how to build assignments and build quizzes within an assignment. So I am going to go up here to modules in my course. And actually, I'm going to go back to this one over here. I'm going to go to my courses. And then I think I thought I had one going here. I'll just use this one. I'm going to go into my Studio Workshop, and there's a modules button right here on the left that I'm using my modules. I already have Workshop 1 module here. And I am going to add from this add tool within the module, Workshop Module 1, I'm going to the right and clicking on the plus sign. From the plus sign area, now this is something that you may want to kind of keep in mind. There are two ways to add studio media into different elements. So the module, we have to use the external tool within the drop down. When you click on external tool, then you locate Canvas Studio. And from here, you can then add what video you would like to appear within your module. So I'm going to select Studio Workshop 4. You have the option here to allow comments or not. So if this is a video you just want them to watch, or if you are putting it in a discussion board, you definitely want to turn the comments for the video off, because it will become confusing about where the student would want to add the discussion. So if you were adding this to a discussion board, turn allow comments off. But I'm going to keep it on for this. You can toggle display download option on and off. So as an instructor, you have the choice of whether you want to share this video with students, if they can download it or not. Now, the good thing about downloading the download option is for those students who are you're teaching online and maybe they have a busy schedule, they could easily download the video and watch it while they're in a waiting room for a doctor's office or at the airport. And so they could potentially be learning while they don't have internet service. But if you are concerned about them having access to the video, you can easily turn that off and they won't have access. And then you just click embed and then add item. And here it puts it into my workshop module 1. I just have to publish it. And then if you can see, it calls it Canvas Studio. It didn't name it the correct name when I put in the module. They all default to Canvas Studio. So if I want to change the name of that, I come over to these 3 dots to the right, and I click on edit, and then I can name this what I had called it originally, which was Studio Workshop 4, and then enter. And so now that's named properly. Are there any questions on how to add it to a module? So what I'm going to do now is I am going to add a quiz to a video. So we have to do that from the global area, which I was telling you earlier. So if we go back to Studio in the left menu, and we are pulling up the videos here. And so, yes, yes, I'm going to get to how to add another way, because we're going to add it to a discussion board, and we're going to also add it to assignment. And it depends on what you're building and how you're going to build it, and is how you're going to bring it in. So we have to use external tool for the module. I'll show you the other way from a content editor how to bring it in. Can I use external tool to add a recorded lecture from Zoom? I don't think we can do that with Zoom. I'm not sure where the Zoom files are saved if they're on the cloud. Like I know in WebEx, if you record it into the cloud within Canvas, that there is a way you can access the video and the students can access it from the cloud. So I would have to look into the Zoom functions a little more. And then Suba says, are you able to add the video within a Canvas page? Yes, absolutely. Anything with the content editor in Canvas, you can add a video to. And I'll show you that after I get this quiz portion set up. So I have right now this video I created with you all. I'm going to click on that video. And actually, let's see here. We have the download functions and the share functions over here on the left, and we can also throw it away. I'm actually going to go back to my library. I hit the wrong 3 dots. Over here on the right of the video card, there are the 3 dots. We have a pop-up menu that appears. We have the ability to create a quiz. We can share our media with somebody. We can move this. We can also add a collection, which would help organize your videos. It's over here on the right under my chat window here. So there's an add collection button, and that's like a folder, a way you can combine all your videos into a folder. So like here on the right, I have studio tutorials. I have 2 videos in there. So that helps organize your videos. Also, one recommendation by Instructure, the company who created Studio, they have suggested possibly if you really want to organize really well your videos is creating a course template, requesting that from ITS, a course template, And then you could organize your videos by modules, so that would help you organize in a way that may make sense in a course. And then you could always go to them, and find them easily. So over here, I'm back on my video card. I'm looking at the share media, move to. You can replace the thumbnail. And if you want to replace the thumbnail, because it does randomly select a thumbnail from the video, you can use a photo or something from your computer. And the dimensions are 1000 by 512. I'll put that in the chat tool. By 512 for thumb image. There we go. So you can create a thumbnail and add that in, and then you can also delete media from here. So I'm going to go to create a quiz, and here's where we can title the quiz. One cool thing with the quizzing feature is that you can add multiple quizzes to the same video. So if this was going to be for two different levels of courses, you could have different levels of questions depending on what class you're teaching. You could also have the two different sets of questions for two different sections, just so that you have it kind of, mixing it up a little bit. But this quiz title is, we'll call this, let's see, workshop for quiz. And then we could put our description down here. So whatever, assessing BGSU knowledge. I'm just going to add questions that are pretty basic here for BGSU. Right. So also, like we saw with the comments, there are blue dots on the timeline that appear where the comments are. That's the same with a quiz. It will automatically put like blue dots with a question mark in it, so students could actually see where the questions are. So if you want, you could totally hide those so that students are skipping just to the quiz questions by toggling the switch at the bottom of the window on and off. So if you want to hide the question markers, you would turn that on. I'm going to keep it off because I want to show you what the dots look like on the timeline. And now we're going to get started. So now I have the window with my video in it, and down at the bottom, I have my play bar, and I also have a plus sign. And that plus sign is where you click to add a question. So I can hit play. And you won't hear my audio probably because my headphones are in, but like if I wanted to add a question right here about microlearning videos or about BGSU, I would click this plus button. I have three types of questions: multiple choice, true, false, or multiple answer. So I'm going to use a multiple choice for this one. So what is the mascot of BGSU? And then we could type in this first block here. We'll just say Buckeye. And then we come down here, we could say Rocket. We can add another option for an answer by clicking the add answer button. This one could be Falcon, and then we could add another answer, and we could just say like Tigers. So if you want to select the correct answer, you click on the dot next to the Falcon. You can vary points by answer and shuffle your choices if you want, so it kind of randomizes the options here within the video, and then you click save. So now you can see there is a question on my bar. I'm going to move further into the video, maybe down to where I brought up, there we go, to the Canvas shell. I can add a question here, hitting the plus sign, go to true, false. BGSU was founded in 1965. I would just say false. You can also give question feedback if you want, so you can add comments, and then click save. And then the final one, I don't know if I have a good multiple answer question, but we'll try it. So multiple answers. So like what are the names of the mascots? So we could type in, let's see, Mikey, and then we could say, let's say Frida. We can add our answer. We could type in Fran and answer Freddie. So there are two correct answers. We just uncheck Mikey because that is not the correct one, but we could say Frida and Freddie. And so those two would be marked as correct when the students answer that. And you may want to say pick two up here in the question to help guide them so they're not picking all the answers as the correct one. And then you can also shuffle choices with this and give question feedback. And I'm going to click save. And now we have our quiz built into our video. So I'm going to click done. And now I am going to show you how to build an assignment that will connect to the SpeedGrader and the gradebook in Canvas. You have to create an assignment to make this happen. You can't do it with the quiz area, but if you want to add a video, studio video to a quiz or a test, you can do that. It just won't be within the video. I hope that makes sense. So there's so many different ways you can incorporate quizzing into the video. So I am going to go back to my courses and pick my studio workshop. And I am going to build an assignment. So I'm going to locate my assignments link on the left. And then I'm going to come up here to add assignment. And this is to connect to the gradebook. So it's built a little differently than everything else we'll use with the content editor, but this will be our quiz 4, we'll call it. We would put our instructions in here, scroll down, give it a point value, what group you want it to go in. So this would be a quiz group I would create. Add group, and then a point value, submission type. This is the key to connecting it to the gradebook in Canvas. You have to select external tool for this one, and that's under submission type. Once you select external tool, you'll click find. It's very similar how we add it to a module. Then we'll locate Canvas Studio. And here you could tell also that there's a quiz attached within the video because it has a rocket ship in the top right corner of the video card that you can see that there's a quiz added. So I'm going to select Studio Workshop 4, was where I put my quiz. So now we have the option, which is a little different than you saw in the module. We have a standard embed, which you saw when I added it to module, but now we have the video quiz embed, which I'm going to select for this because we want that quiz to be in there. And so this is where you would select the quiz. So you could have multiple quizzes in one video. You would just want to name those quizzes differently so you knew how to identify which one goes with which course. And then you would embed. And then you click select. And now you're going to allow, if you want to allow multiple attempts, you can decide that, or if it's limited and you give it a due date. And then you save and publish. So now we have this quiz 4 that's created. We can play get started. What it'll do is you'll see the question marks on the timeline where the students can take the quiz. So I'm going to skip to the first one here. This is how it'll appear for the student. And then, they can go through and add the answer that they want. They can rewatch it if they want to, and then, or continue on. And so I'm just skipping to all the questions so I can, I'll actually do true for this one so we can see what it looks like when they get the feedback. And then I'll do this last one. What are the names of the mascots? I'm just going to click Frida and Fran so we can see how that scores it, and then continue. And now the key is that the student has to watch it to the very end of the video. Once they finish the video and answered all the questions, they have to click submit the quiz. And now they have the option to view the results or retake the quiz. There's no way to control if they can retake it. So I would suggest if you're doing quizzing, this is a low stakes quiz. You don't want to make this high value because they can retake it. There's no way to control that. If you want to control that, I would suggest not doing the quizzing in the video, creating a quiz within Canvas and adding the video into that quiz so they watch the video and the quiz and then they have questions they have to answer. So I could click review results. And then, oh, it says no reports yet. So it's going to generate a report. And then I can look at the details. I can look at the insights, who has watched it, who skipped around. So I can see that I did skip around in this one. Jonathan didn't watch it, and the test students didn't watch it. And I didn't do captions for this video. Let me go back to quiz reports. So I'm thinking that I would have to take this as a test student to get the quiz results. So I was not able to demonstrate that. I would say just go ahead and play around with that, and you'll see if you take it as a test student, you'll see how you can see the results if they got it right or wrong. I think it didn't do it because I didn't do it as a test student, but we could just add then this quiz into a module, add it, and we build it as an assignment. So, oh, maybe it's not, oh, there it is, quiz 4, I put it in the quiz group, and then add item. And so if I did take this as I don't know if I have a example of let's click on, I'm going to click on this video here because we did one in another workshop that I used as a test student, I think. So I'm going to click on insights. Okay. So the insights here, I guess there was nothing there. And then the captions, I guess we didn't have a quiz in this one. So I apologize, but yes, please play around with the quizzing features so you can see the analytics and all that as a test student, and it should be fine. And let me know if you have any questions. I would be happy to answer them. So we will.
Holly?
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. I had a quick question regarding if I created a video on Canvas and included the quizzes, but didn't create an assignment, students who are watching that video, could they just answer the quiz question or grade like as an attention getter to engage students, or will that not work at all? I was just kind of curious. So if it's something, can we do this in a way that wouldn't necessarily be grade dependent?
Yes. Yes, so I will go over that now. We could build a page. We could add it to a module as well, like how I added it to a module, but I didn't have a quiz built in that. We could add the quiz right within a module, but I'm going to go to pages right now, and we'll just show you how to build with a content editor. That you're just going to throw the video in and have a quiz in there, and the students are just engaging with the video. There's no score attached to it. So I'm going to click on View All Pages. We're going to add a page, and then I'm going to call this video for workshop. So I could put in here, anything like any information about the video, watch the video and answer questions. So this is the key. What you'll do is put your cursor where you want the video to appear. Then there's more external tools option in the content editor. So it's on that second row. It's a blue V, the downward arrow. So when you click that blue V, you have all these options. Canvas Studio is located at the bottom. When you click that, it gives you the library to choose from. I'm going to select my Studio Workshop 4. It has a quiz in it. So I want to embed the quiz. So I have to click that, and then make sure it's a Workshop 4 quiz, and then embed. So now it should be, here we go. I'm scrolling up in the content editor. We are preparing a quiz. Please check back later. I think I'm pushing. Oh, there it goes. So here's the quiz right in here. And then I save and publish. So now I created a content page I can add to a module. And we can look at this as a student as well. Let's see, my pages are turned off. Modules, and then I'm going to go to my module and add that page. So we just select from the module list the page, locate video for workshop, and add it to your module. So now you have your page with your video in it. So if you did watch it from a student perspective, so if I go to home, and then over on the right we locate student view. So I'm looking at it as a student. I'm going to go into my modules and see, okay, there's the page. How does this look from the student's perspective? I think we're clicking on it. Here we go. And so now here's the student's perspective. So they can get started, they can take their quiz, skip around. I just want to, and so continue. And Brandon and Brita, we're just going to say the wrong answer so we can see. I really want everybody to see these results if I can get them to show up. Submit quiz. We have to click submit quiz. And then as a student, test student, here we go. So now I'm doing this as a test student. This is what they're going to see. Okay, they got 66% of the questions right. How long it took them. They have their answers. And then down below, they could see, oh, they got, these wrong here. So it does give them, what they did right and wrong. And they can retake the quiz if they want. So if they go back up here, they can just click retake the quiz. And so that's how that looks. I'm going to leave the student view. And now that I showed you that, if you want, you can also have a good discussion board topic. You can add this to announcements as well. There's so many different areas you can add videos. So the discussion area, this would be for more in-depth discussions. And we're going to do it just like we did for that page. So this would be workshop. Oh, I'm going too fast. Workshop 4. And then I put my instructions in here. Watch, I want them to watch the video. And then I go to that blue downward arrow and then Canvas Studio. I apologize if my dog starts barking. She's a year old and she just started barking a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to click select. We do the video embed here as well. We can embed it. So they could actually take a quiz within this discussion board. And then you could ask a question within the discussion area that they could elaborate on below by allowing threaded replies. Users must post before seeing replies. So it's an original idea. Make sure it's graded if you're going to grade it. And then give it a point value. Actually have a more in-depth discussion using a video within the content editor, and then save and publish. And there it is. So it's right within the discussion board. So that's another way you can use it. There's so many ways that you can assess the students with using these videos, and they're right there within Canvas. I'm going to take you back out to show everybody see the captions, see if they're done. Yay. So we have our manage captions area. It says it did it in English. We can review and publish it now. So in the review and publish area is where you can go through, and it says it's picking up my voice when I did this. Hello everyone. I'd like to take a few minutes to go over the expectations and the greeting for the final presentation. So a greeting probably wasn't the correct word I used. I'd want to edit that. So I just would go in here, and if I listened to the video, I could find what word it was and then retype it. And I don't know, we'll just change it. So yeah, you can go through. There might be some words that need a little editing, but it's really easy compared to anything else. Like in Camtasia, you do have to manually type a lot of times the captioning. So this is at least mostly done for you. And then when you're done, you just click on the publish icon, and then it will publish those closed captioning. You will see a closed captioning on the video. You should have a video selection on that. So let me go back out to Studio and click on the video that I just did the captioning for, which was down at the bottom. And there's the CC button now. So you can turn it on and off. So that's a nice feature.
Holly, I'm sorry for interruption.
That's okay.
With the CCC, if we create an assignment with this video, should we wait?
Sorry, I don't know why every time you talk, she does that.
It's my voice.
She doesn't hear you though. Let me mute my microphone.
So would we have to wait until the captions are done before, like, we add the video to an assignment or the discussion board, or?
No, you won't have to do that. You'll just have to, it should register them as soon as you publish them is when you'll see that CC. Hey, Sadie, come here. You will see once you publish it, that CC will appear in the videos. So it doesn't matter what part of the process, but once you hit publish, it will work for all the videos.
Can I ask a quick question?
Oh, yeah,
So my question is, and I hate to keep bringing up about the other videos, but like yesterday, for example, I did an interview with a student via WebEx that's going to be my lecture for that module. So can I upload it to my library here and then have that closed caption feature added to it through this, even though it's a WebEx video?
Yes, as long as it's an MP4 file that you upload, it will allow you to caption it.
Okay, great. And then one other quick question. So it's my understanding that if we put the quiz in a page, it can be more like a trivia for the students per se, just to test their knowledge for fun, like it was brought up before, and engage them, but it's not going to go to the grade book.
Right. The only way it will connect to the gradebook is if you build the assignment and use the external tool. So anything using that blue V icon in the content editor will not connect to the gradebook.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And can we use, this last one, if we've done a lot of our lectures already via Canvas, a PowerPoint, we edited in Canvas, and then like I upload mine to Screencast, can I use that quiz feature to add to those videos as well, or do they have to be studio videos?
You would have to bring them in as like a different, like if you can make that an MP4 file or some file format that is accepted. Once you upload it, you can, and it's in the global area, you can add a quiz in that global area to those. So yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, any other questions? Because the next thing I am going to move on to is to show you how you could create an assignment where the students could actually record a studio video as an assignment submission.
I do have another question about the captioning. I don't know if you have any sense of how long it takes to caption these videos in Studio versus other kinds of software. I know that Zoom seems to take forever to transcribe the videos that you do, and I'm kind of worried about it. It's stressing me out how long. I did a really, really short video in Zoom earlier today, and it's still transcribing it. So
wow.
I don't know if that's a problem just because now everybody's using Zoom, or if Studio is a better option for that than Zoom, or what, because I'm not sure why it's taking so long.
Well, it does take a little bit to generate. I haven't actually timed it, but it seems fairly quick. I did run into one issue with Studio, and it had said that when I was trying to do something, that there were many others using it at that time. So it might depend on the time of day as well. So I would say, because it is a cloud service, but it seems that the captions work pretty quick. I would recommend trying it out and seeing, and feel free to send me an email once you know if it works great, or if it doesn't, I'd be happy to know, because I'm sure other people have that same question. But I've only noticed good things from mine, but I don't think I've done anything longer than a few minutes, and it's done it within like less than an hour. So, okay. Any other questions?
I have one.
Sure.
Okay. Actually maybe two, maybe a short one, quick. When I tried before, I used Zoom. I did not know Studio at that time, and several of my videos were about 15 minutes or so, but a few did go over pretty much close to half an hour, depending on the topic sometimes. How big a problem is that? That's number one. And number two, the video editing seems to be, to me, it feels like it's pretty complex. I mean, it almost is what professionals do, in my opinion. I'm really not in that business. I mean, I can imagine once in a while, I mean, when I'm recording, I do something quirky. I mean, I just wish I didn't do that. Maybe I might want to clip that little part out, but most of the time I might not mind that. But so my question about that is really, how much editing do people do? I mean, is it just as needed, or yeah? I just want to get a feel for that.
Yeah. So the first question you asked about space, you can do a 30-minute video. It'll be fine. We're just trying to keep from everybody recording hour lectures to 2-hour lectures on there, since we're sharing this pool. So, 30 minutes is fine. Maybe you have a 45-minute video, but as long as you're not doing it all the time, that's okay. Feel free. We're not worried about the space right now. I just don't know in the future what we're going to see. So then the second question was that What was that about again in Zoom?
It's about the complexity of the editing process.
Oh, the complexity. Yes. So what we're seeing, we have Camtasia, and Camtasia is even more of a complex tool, I feel like. So what we did is we decided that Studio would be great for those people who want to just record on the fly and put it into Canvas. Simple. You just upload it and it's done. There is a little bit of editing, you know, like you can get in there for editing, but if you really want to do some really serious editing, use Camtasia. This is just for quick edits, I think. It's not very precise. So it just, I mean, it gets what you need done.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So I am now going to move forward to I'm going to move forward into showing how a student can submit an assignment that uses a video. So I'm going to create an assignment from scratch. I'm going to the assignments in the left menu, and up in the right, click Add Assignment. And then this will be a student assignment. I'm just calling this 4 because I've done 4 workshops, so it helps me distinguish when I have to go back and look at this. Student assignment 4, and then we would put record yourself speaking French. We could just say French using Studio. And so that would be in the assignment area. How many points you want to give it, where it's going, what group. And now we want to make sure this is online for an online submission. And then we click on the file uploads. And so if they're using Studio, what they're going to get is a function to record using Studio. And then we're going to save and publish this. I'm going to put this assignment in a module and go into the student view so you can see how the student will see the assignment. So in the module, I'm going to click this plus sign. I'm going to locate my student assignment 4, add the item. Once I click, I need to go into student view. I'm going to go to settings. And then over here on the right, I'm going to click student view. So now as a student, I'm going to go into my module. I'm going to locate my assignment. And once as a student, I click submit assignment. I have the option, if I have an MP4 of myself recording, I could choose to upload that, or I can click Studio and I can record, or I could add a video from my computer. So as a student, I could record a screen capture or webcam. I could click webcam because I just want to record myself speaking, and then start recording. And then they could submit the assignment this way. Oh. So I think this would be great for like speech classes, and you know, maybe even if you wanted them to present something, they could do a presentation where they have a PowerPoint up on the screen and do a screen recording while they're speaking. So there's so many different ways that you could use this tool as a student assignment as well. So students are able to record, which is I think a great function as well. So that's about all I have for this afternoon. Is there any questions as of right now?
Holly, this is Shankar. A small question regarding what you just presented. Can the student do screen capture as well as webcam?
Yes. They have both functions when they click this record button.
Okay. What I mean is, say, I want them to do both.
So they would go to screen capture. And then I'm going to open the screen recorder launcher here. And this is still student view. So I'm still in the student view. This is if I was a student. It's loading the screen capture. It's thinking. And here we go. So there's the option to do both. They could record the picture-in-picture while they're speaking and a presentation.
Thank you. Cool.
You're welcome. Are there any other questions? I know I gave you all a lot of information.
Will you send this video to us in case we want to reference it?
Oh yes, absolutely. I recorded this, so I can send this link as well. I want to send I'm going to send this link as well as documents that give you information, like a guide as well.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So I'm making a note right now, video recording and guide. And I'll also send you the video formats so everybody knows that in case they have other formats they want to use. To
Holly?
upload. Yes.
Is there a Canvas guide for the students to do this? You know?
I don't know, but I will look that up for you as well. So I'll make a note, student guide.
Or I can look it up. I can
But
look it up.
that's a good question. I can, not a problem. I can look and see, and I'll send that in the email if I find it. All right. Are there any other questions? I know this was a lot of information, but feel free to contact me if you have any questions. I'd be happy to guide you and try to help you with this process. It's a lot, but I think it's really going to be a great tool for us all to use. And get your videos up there. You can get them up there quick. You can add quizzes. You have closed captioning. So many good functions. So, but thank you all for attending and engaging in this workshop. Yes.
So when we get these videos using Canvas Studio, there is a quiz in the studio within a video when they click on it?
Yes, you have the option to turn that function on or off. So you could have, it's a toggle switch. So it says, it lets you know that it will remove those if you turn it on.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to see if I can find that really quick. I'm going to leave the student view. Oops, I lost my screen. Come back. There we go. I'm going to leave the student view here. I hope I don't crash my computer. I need to cancel this. Leave student view. And then where it is in this global, I think, actually it was when I was adding it, I think, to an assignment or a module. Let's I'll just build an assignment really quick. We'll just try it this way. And so this is a test quiz turning off. And then I will use that blue icon, bring that down, Canvas Studio. I'm going to choose workshop 4. This is where I click the video quiz embed. I embed the quiz. Oh, you know what? I apologize. I think it's when we build the quiz in the general area over here, the global navigation. I'm going to go back over there really quick. And then I am going to go to quizzes. So when I build the quiz, I have to decide, I think, if I want to turn that on or off. Yes. So when I build the quiz, I have to hide question markers on the timeline for student. You want to make sure that's on if you do not want them to see where the question markers are.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Suba. All right. Any other questions? All right. Thank you all for participating today and joining the session. Let me know if you have any questions in the future and have a good afternoon. Bye.